Hey yo, what's good guys? Another video here. Today we got more of Bob Mortimer's ridiculous stories. Honestly, man, the fact that even some of these stories are real absolutely boggles my mind because this dude's stories are insane. Let's roll it right now.
I always go, achoo, pussycat, whoa, whoa. I've always found it amusing. Achoo, pussycat. For the past 15 years...
That caught me off guard, I ain't even gonna lie. What the fuck? I haven't heard that in so fucking long. Like, I think I was a little kid the last time I heard that shit.
I have performed my own dentistry.
David's team.
Today's episode.
So, give us a big grin.
It could be true.
To be fair, he does look like he takes pretty good care of his teeth. To be fair.
I know you're implying I'm a bad dentist.
No, because even very, very, very good dentists sometimes get someone else to do their teeth. And by sometimes, I of course mean always.
How do you do that? Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Well, no, the key to it is I don't...
I think it depends on what you're doing, wouldn't it? I don't know, I'm gonna pause it less, because I feel like I'm gonna be pausing it too much, but like, wouldn't it depend on what you're doing? Because I feel like, on the like off chance a dentist or some form of a doctor is watching this video, or anyone with medical training, tell me, do you like care for yourself for some things? Like, obviously if you're having a surgery or something, like you can't like perform surgery on yourself, but like, what's up? Enlighten me.
I don't do extractions. I haven't had to.
Fillings?
I do fillings. I do fillings, crown replacement. I repair bridges. Specifically, I don't do, so don't ask, Stacey. I don't do implants. I don't do root canal.
Do you drill?
I do have a drill I use.
You have to do a filling, you've got to drill it out first, haven't you?
Exactly, yeah.
Do you use local anaesthetic?
Yeah.
No need.
No need?
No need.
Why? Because it's not true?
Exactly, yes. You know, if they were smart, what they would do is, if they do something about being a dentist, they'd like throw it in there like it's a fact and see if he corrects them. Why am I low-key thinking of a game plan? Like, I'm too fucking competitive to ever be on this game show. I'd be thinking of a game plan to like duke people out and shit. Sorry about my phone. I need to turn this shit off. Definitely turn this shit off. There we go. Stupid. No more notifications while I'm trying to react to a video. That's the shit I normally would cut out, but meh, fuck it.
The situation in my mouth is I have one very long piece of teeth, that white bit there. That's all one piece, yeah? One piece. Made to look like many teeth.
Oh, it is. So that's false teeth.
Yes.
Okay.
Either end of this, I have two, what you call crowns, yeah? Right at the end. At the bottom, I have my own teeth here. As my dentist says, my bottom one's a poppadom colour, yeah? And my top one's a pilo rice.
Who said that?
My dentist.
So this was some time ago?
No. David,
15 years.
I perform my own dentistry.
Yeah.
There's no exclusivity there.
You still have a dentist,
yes,
but you just don't let him do all the stuff.
Yes.
Why is your mouth in such a state?
Because I used to have 17 sugars in a cup of coffee or tea.
17?
17, yes.
17 in a mug?
Yes. If I had 18, it's too sweet for me. So the crowns would come off. I'd go to the dentist, yeah? He'd charge me £400, yeah? To put them back in. And it's outrageous. And I heard this magic word. I heard him say to his dental nurse, Fuji 9. Fuji 9.
Yeah, this is bullshit. This is obvious. This is the most. If this is true, then why does the truth sound like the most obvious lie I've ever heard?
And I became aware that this Fuji 9, it's actually a luting cement. which means you can use it.
Are you sure he wasn't halfway through a Japanese football result?
You can actually use it. It mixed 1-to-1, the liquid and the powder. It's a cement, yeah? Mixed 2-part liquid.
Yeah.
Then it becomes more malleable for fillings. I found a way via my TV work to get hold of some Fuji 9. Once you have Fuji 9,
Why could you
are a dentist.
What equipment do you have then?
All I have is my Fuji 9 with its little orange spoon, with a bigger end and a littler end.
For the different amounts, depending on whether you want the 50-50 or the 2-to-1.
That's Fuji 9.
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like he is telling the truth. I feel like he just thinks that makes him a dentist. But you know what? I feel like he is telling the truth. He's just misinformed and thinks that makes him a dentist. Yeah, like low key.
It's all done for you. It's done for you.
It's magic. It's magic.
And then
It's magic.
it's like the cement is softer than your teeth. Yeah. So I have a leather maker's drill. Yeah.
A leather maker's drill.
Yes, a leather maker's drill, because that has sanding fitments to grind it down. You got to check your bite after you fix the crown. If you get it a bit wonky, your bite won't be right. So you have to file the Fuji down. Oh, that bite's nice now. That's nice.
Dentistry, the other thing you've got to check after doing your own dentistry is your mental health.
Do you not need one of those special lights?
Kitchen island. I've got a kitchen island. It's nice to have a kitchen island, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it has it's the only place with a big light over it. So I got my son.
Like, you know what? Like, yeah, I low-key feel like he's telling the truth, because he is crazy enough where he would be doing this kind of shit. From the stories I've heard, yeah, he's 100% crazy enough, and I feel like he just thinks that makes him a dentist. So, like, I feel like he's telling the truth. Just, yeah. If I believe this just shows how much he has fucked with my head throughout these stories I've heard. Like, if this turns out to be a lie, it really is proof of how much he's fucked with my head. Like, genuinely.
A PlayStation seat that's very low back like that. Yeah, it's a gamer's seat. And I put that on the kitchen
Let's go.
island.
On the kitchen island.
Put it on the island.
Yeah.
So you're up high on the island.
Yes, because then that puts the lamp about there.
And so you're in a PlayStation gamer's seat.
Yes.
Balancing on what's the surface of the kitchen island?
Do you know, I think it's Corian. It's very nice. Corian was originally what was used for autopsy surfaces. Again, so...
Are you doing your own autopsies at home?
What to say?
Oh, the dog's dead! Bring it in!
So, if I was to say this
dude.
the hardest thing is somewhere to hold the mirror.
I think the hardest thing is to sell the story, Bob.
I have the most curved Indian instrument called a sumashi or something. And if I put it next to me...
A sumashi? The fuck is a sumashi? Well, he said it's an Indian instrument. I wish I didn't turn off my phone. I'd look it up, but I can't be bothered to turn on my phone now. I want to see what the hell it looks like. Hey, yo. If I don't remember to do this, in the comments, remind me to look this up. A sumashi, or however, I don't know how you'd even spell, I can't even speak right. I don't know how you'd even spell that, but remind me, because I feel like my stupid ass would forget.
On my gaming thing, the curve of it, it's like a flute thing. The curve of it goes there, and I can put my mirror there like that. Got the light there, game thing.
Sorry, you hang the mirror on the end of a curvaceous Indian musical instrument. Yes. But this is very specific.
So what's it going to be?
There's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
He was trying to make this story plausible. Why would he say the way I set up the mirror is that I tie it to the end of an Indian musical instrument?
Do you remember Bob being on this show before?
Yes, and it's always true. It's true about the masks in Castle Douglas. It was
Facts! Straight facts! Like, this dude don't make fucking sense. Pure fact. Thank you. See, me and this guy here, we're both victims. He's fucked with both of our heads so much. Poor David, man.
true about him being able to tear an apple apart with his bare hands. It's true about the game in the gardens.
Well, look, whether or not it's true, and we don't know yet, don't try it at home.
Yeah, for real.
Do you ever do extractions, Bob?
I've never done an extraction.
Because I genuinely had an extraction yesterday, look. I see it out there.
Oh, they've not used Fuji.
All right, so what's it going to be?
I think it's true.
You think it's what?
I think it's true.
I agree with David.
So, Bob, is it the truth or is it a lie?
It is true.
So 15 policemen came.
This guy's fucking life is outrageous. You know, I don't know how old Bob Mortimer is. I feel like he's like 60. I don't know why, but I vaguely remember somebody telling me he was 60. And like, I hope when I'm 60, I have so many outrageous stories just like him. Like, 60-year-old me, if you're somehow watching this video, if you don't have outrageous stories, you're a failure.
Around the corner.
How did they react? Did they see the funny side?
Yes.
No, she wasn't facing them.
I know that's rude, but I can't quite figure out why. Please welcome this week's special guest, Jonathan. So, Debbie, what is Jonathan to you?
Well, this is Jonathan, and when he was a baby, I used to pull him out of a top hat.
Bob, how do you know Jonathan?
This is my friend Jonathan, and I have brewed 3 award-winning beers with him.
Right. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Jonathan?
This is Jonathan. One Sunday, the two of us spent 3 hours trapped in an automatic car wash.
David's team, where will you begin?
Well, Bob.
Out of all 3, I believe the lady the most. Gonna be honest, like, the lady's just sounds more. It sounds more realistic. Like, he looks fairly young. He looks like he's around the age where she might have been babysitting him. Like, I believe it. I believe it.
Remind us what it was that you've said. How do you know Jonathan?
Because I have brewed 3 award-winning beers with Jonathan.
What are the names of your award-winning beers?
The one that's my favourite is called Kiss the Alderman. That's an IPA.
Kiss the Alderman, an IPA, yes.
IPA. Another one was a stout, and it was called Retail Park.
Retail Park.
And the other one was a lager, and that was called Not Now, Madam. It seems funny though, that's why we used it.
Madam Lager. Kiss the Alderman. Retail Park.
Can I just say, he's written these down, so I hope you can remember them.
He can't even hold it together. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. I refuse. I want to see whatever the fuck his name was. I already forgot his name because I'm horrible with names. But I want to see what the fuck, like, the guy who they're all claiming to know's reaction was to these stories. That's who I'd be watching the most when I win/if I was on this game show.
How long did you 2 work together for?
About 2 years ago, I was in a field, Dion, collecting some mud to go and bury at home in my garden. And along came Jonathan, or J-Keg, as I call him. And he said, I recognise you off the telly, you're that Ray Mears, is what he said. And we got chatting, and he said, do you like beer? I said, I like beer. He said, would you like to brew some beer? And
quick.
I said, yes, I would, rather urgently, actually. He's got a brewery, JPEG.
Yeah.
It's a
Why do I feel like that's the equivalent to, like, how to kidnap adult men? Like with kids, it's you want some candy. With men, it's yo, you want some beer. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like that's how it would go.
Lean-to next to a barn, right next to the field where I was. It's quite big actually. It might be a lean-3 or a lean.
He's bullshit.
So I went in this marvellous little brewery that I'm imagining. And we mashed. Part of the process is mashing.
Right.
You put a load of water in the cylinder, and you have to stir the malt barley.
Yeah.
And I did that bit of it. And I thought, I adore this. Is there any way that I could see this process through, and we could call this beer Kiss the Alderman?
What is the Alderman?
He's an unelected council official. Say, for example, let's focus in on Bolton. So if Bolton had a large Chinese community, but there was no representatives, the councillors, they would say, would you like to informally nominate one of your Chinese community, and they will become an alderman, and they will sit on the council and be able to represent.
Right. No, that makes sense. So we've definitely covered what happens to the Chinese community in Bolton. However, back to the beer story.
Yeah, so and that was Kiss the Alderman. So we brewed 1,000 litres, bottled it, and it was the top beer in the Kent Craft Ale Society.
Can I ask, my husband is a brewer, what hops did you use?
Citrus hops. One of them's called something, and the other one likewise is named as well.
This all checks out.
You know what? The thing that is the hipster brewing beard. If you were to say to me, draw a brewer, that's what I'd draw.
That's what you draw now. It's very interesting.
Now.
Whereas his face, the face he made, it's like, what? What you mean?
Oh, really?
Whereas if someone asked you to draw a brewer 30 years ago, you'd draw someone very different, wouldn't you?
I'd draw you.
We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jonathan Debbie's magic mate, Bob's brewing buddy, or Lee's car wash companion?
Jonathan looks like a hipster brewer to me.
What do you think?
I think it's Bob. I think they're mates and they've done some brewing together, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You think Bob met him in a field while collecting...
How do they believe that? Like, he even said he's imagining it. He's even admitted that he's not... How do they believe that? Huh? Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
He said, come and have a look at my brewery.
Yes.
And we're going to call our beer Kiss My Alderman.
Jump in my van.
It's not Kiss My Alderman. Kiss the Alderman.
I'm so sorry. If it's true, I'm sorry.
Rob, you can immediately appreciate why Kiss the Alderman is much more marketable than Kiss My Alderman. I certainly call mine the Alderman.
But very popular with the Chinese community.
So, David, what are you going to say?
I think my team thinks it's Bob. Yeah, but let's go.
Okay, you're going to say Bob. Okay, Jonathan, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jonathan, and I brew beer with Bob.
What? You're fucking kidding, right? You're joking, right? How is that true? How the fuck is that true? That's bull. Nah, I don't believe it. I still don't believe it. I don't care. What the? He said he is imagining it. That's bullshit. Nah, that's bullshit. No, I ain't counting that as a loss for me. Fuck off. That's bullshit.
Jonathan is Bob's brewing buddy. Thank you very much, Jonathan. It's Bob.
Sorry?
It's you.
It's apple pie tonight.
Is it? Since Friday then?
Yes.
Following advice from Chris Rea, I always crack an egg into my bath. I've done for 22 years.
We should say for any of the younger viewers, some of my fans, who Chris Rea was a very popular singer.
When did Chris Rea...
I did not know who that was, so you know what? Thank you, Mr. Host Guy. I appreciate you.
give you this advice, and in what context?
I was making a single for Middlesbrough Football Club's FA Cup appearance called Let's Dance, which I did with Chris Rea. And after we'd completed the recording, he popped me into the bath, and there was an egg. There's an egg in it.
He popped you into the bath. He said, it's been a long day, you must be very tired. I'll just pop you into the bath. So where was this bath? Was it at the recording studio?
It's on a little island in the middle of the Thames. It's as rare as recording studio is.
So you've been recording, presumably in a room without a bath?
Absolutely, yeah.
And then you finish the recording, everyone's very happy with the track.
Yep.
And he says, Bob, you look tired. Maybe your joints are aching. This way.
No, it's not exactly like that. He says, that's it, Bob. I think we've got that leg. That's your bedroom, that's your bath. I've popped an egg in there for you.
Is he Geordie?
Yeah.
He's like where I'm from, Middlesbrough.
Right.
But he's much more Middlesbrough than me, like.
And why would he put an egg in your bath? What was the thinking behind it?
I've never found out. All I know is that I woke up the next morning and I have never felt so alive.
Was the egg still in its shell, floating, or had he gone?
No, the white had dissipated. Does that work?
Yeah.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's non-greasy, which is a boon, isn't it?
Is it non-greasy?
Yeah, honestly.
It's less greasy than water without egg in it?
Do you have to mix it up, or do you just crack it and let it float?
Do you know what? You get in the bath, even in the bath where I am now, and you get in and you really don't want to burst the yolk. So the white goes, but the yolk's there.
So he's just... I'm just imagining my man just in a fucking bath, just chilling with a yolk, just like how kids play with like the rubber duckies. He's just pushing around the yolk and shit, trying to like avoid it. What the fuck, man? I really hope this is true. I want to imagine that this is actually true.
You move like that, and you try and get it to come towards you like that. And I don't know why, but you just do.
Have you ever had it get in your mouth?
You get it like that. And then you get the yolk, and I use it for hair conditioner.
Really?
I don't know how much hair, but
Kind of looks like a yolk. Maybe it is true. I mean, the back of his head, like, look, the hair is kind of like the whites, and it's got like the shiny. You know, I can see it. I can see it.
to condition the hair on my skin.
So, just going back to the original occasion, Chris Rea had already run you a bath.
I forgot about that detail.
I know, but if you knew Chris, it's just so Chris.
Yeah.
Do you know, the other thing is a couple of weeks later, he sent me a gold doily.
Right. To dry yourself off.
I'm just saying, these things are just so Chris.
What I want to know is, did anyone ever watch the show, then go and try taking a bath of an egg? I wonder, did anybody try it? It's like, I know I didn't. I know the person who was watching this video didn't, but somebody did.
Do we think that the way Bob describes what happened to the egg white Is that? He says it just dissipates. Is that
If your bath
plausible?
is hot, then you're going to have a poached white.
I'd have thought the white would turn white, and
Well,
there'd be bits of white.
how hot is your bath? Your bath is hot enough that an egg could poach.
Well, I don't know. Your claim is that it dissipates. I'm asking my team whether we believe that it would dissipate. Because if, for example, at the temperature of bath, say 39 degrees Celsius, the white would turn opaque, then your story doesn't check out.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Absolutely agreed.
I think.
What do you think, David?
I think it's fair to say that if anyone else had made this allegation about Chris Rea and an egg in their bath, we wouldn't be giving it a moment. Somehow, coming from Bob, it might be true.
I think.
You think it?
I think it's true because he's been about a bit, Bob.
No.
I think the white would poach.
Yeah,
I think the egg is the
the
important
chemical
part.
analysis of the behaviour of the albumin.
I'm sorry, I'm still not over that. That's so true, though. Anybody else make that allegation? Nobody is buying it. With Bob, I'm genuinely thinking, does this man take a bath with an egg? Like, what the fuck? This dude's so unpredictable.
David, honestly, one thing, please don't base it on the albumin whitening. It does not happen. It does not. I can't have a bath at 80 plus degrees.
Is that the temperature at which an egg white will
80 it'll start at about 80, yeah. Honestly, please don't base it on that.
What should I base it on, Bob?
What are you going to say?
Instinctively, I believe it.
I think he's lying.
We're going to go true.
You're saying true? Okay, so Bob, Chris Rea, eggs, bars. Is it the truth? Or is it a lie?
This is awful.
I was telling a lie.
Of course it's a lie. He said Chris Rea put an egg in his bath. Of course it's a lie. It's obviously a lie. Who could possibly believe that? It'd be more likely that someone was stuck in a car wash for 3 hours.
One of them's called.
For fuck's sake. I can't, bruh. The fact he managed to make them believe it is ridiculous. I'm definitely a fan of this dude. I am definitely a fan of this dude. It's official.
Something, and the other one likewise is named as well.
Did he have a name, this animal?
We called it.
You called it. It's alright, you're upset, Bob, I can tell it. If you need a minute, it's okay. But what did you call it?
Sorry?
What did you call it?
What did we call the owl?
Yeah.
Well, we called him Mavis. Stabber and Bagger. Jonathan. Or J-Keg, as I call him.
Is this just all
Billy the Pigeon. Neil Overall, Jerry Dungaree's son.
Alright, I think this is just a bunch of cut up. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Alright, yeah, all this was just a bunch of small clips, so honestly. And it's a bunch of small clips from stories I've seen before. It wasn't even the whole story, so it was just, I don't know. Y'all can be the judge if you're annoyed that I'm cutting it out, but I don't want to waste your guys' time. Either way, give me a fat ass like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that fun stuff, and I'm out. Bye. With